about the Phillip Schofield situation. So Phillip Schofield is a celebrity who was forced to quit his job in a morning TV show. He's from the UK. He had an affair with a younger man, and he actually apparently got him a job in on his TV show. And he hooked up with him a few times or something like that. It wasn't a long term relationship. It was just a hookup. And apparently he reached out to Schofield when he was underage. He networked with him, but apparently he didn't have sex until he was legally aged. Apparently, okay. And Philip Schofield, he hit the news a few years back for coming out as gay as well. But we'll cover that, and I'm gonna watch a few reply videos to show you that all the low lives come crawling out the woodwork. Right? Okay.
You look at Jill Dando, apparently she was murdered because she was going to release a documentary on high profile names. You know what I mean? Look at you get
So it means high profile paedophiles. So Jill Dando was someone who was murdered in 1999. So there's a conspiracy theory going around. It's even on Wikipedia. There's a conspiracy theory going around that she's going to expose paedophiles. So therefore, they hired a hitman to the shooter, which doesn't make any sense. If you're a mental defect, it makes sense. If you're a brain dead retard, it makes sense. Okay, but if you've got any brains, it doesn't make sense because you're making a documentary about paedophiles, exposing them. Right? Should be working with others. If you work a documentary, there's other people working with you, collecting information, gathering the evidence. Okay, so her getting shot in the head wouldn't have stopped the information getting out there. Doesn't make any fucking sense. So if you believe in this conspiracy theory, you are a low IQ subhuman idiot. I'm sorry. Okay, so she was just shot in the head. It was one of the biggest police manhunts of all time, apparently, for the extra human. Oh my god, an extra human woman got shot in the head. You know, stop absolutely everything. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's bad that she died, but whatever. Okay. So anyway, that's what he's talking about there, Jill Dando.
the Phillips.
So he's linking Jill Dando to Philip Schofield in a non sequitur manner. This is what these hostile lizard brain shits do. They sling mud. These pedo smearers do. They sling mud, and they'll just link people to smear them to absolutely anything.
Schofield now. His brother just became a fucking convicted paedophile.
I'm not being pedantic here. He says Philip Schofield's brother became a convicted paedophile. There's no such thing as a convicted paedophile, right? These mental defects can't even get the legal terms correct. Okay, right? There's no such thing as a convicted paedophile. You're a convicted sex offender, right? They don't go, oh, you're a paedophile, you're going to jail for being a paedophile. You're convicted for sexual offences. And you'll be convicted for sexual offences on underage if they're underage. It's not me being pedantic, right? Okay. Okay, not that one. So, Philip Schofield's brother, Timothy, jailed for child abuse. Okay. So it goes into details of it. Here's Philip Schofield. Philip Schofield said after the conviction, as far as I'm concerned, I no longer have a brother. So he disowned him. So you can't put that on Philip Schofield. He disowned him. So his brother's been convicted of something. Therefore, he must be exactly the same. Fuck you, you coward. He disowned his brother, you little cowardly little shit. You and you know what? I'm gonna say something right here. You look like a nonce. All these people smear people as nonces. They look like nonces. You look like a fat-faced nonce. I wouldn't trust you with kids. I'm just being frank, right? But I wouldn't trust you with kids. Look of you. You look dodgy. To be honest, you look dodgy. There's something off about you, right? And you're going about paedophiles all the time, so you're projecting.
Philip Schofield, there's rumours about the T-Boy as well, and he came out gay after 30 years and everybody's applauding him. What about his fucking wife he was lying to for 30 years?
Who gives a shit? Women get married all the time and lie to men. They divorce rate them. Women get married to men they're not attracted to. Then they cut off the sex when they're married, right? Who gives? Divorce is an act of violence against men, right? It's an act of emotional and economic violence against men. It's a betrayal. It would be classed in the past. It would have been classed as low treason, right? There was a crime of low treason, betraying your kin and family, betraying your wife, betraying your husband, betraying your brothers, betraying family. That was considered low treason, right? There was high treason, treason against the king, and there was low treason. Right? Okay. And he was confused about his sexuality. He didn't do it out of maliciousness, right? He married to conform to heteroconformality. Heteroconformality is something that women demand off men, right? Men want to have status, especially in the 80s and 90s. They had to be married and in high status social circles with women. Women control high status social circles, right? You need to be married and you need to network with other married people, right, to progress.
What about the lies and the deceit and all the other bullshit? Like, the thing is about the mainstream media, and especially BBC, we can talk about the statue outside where it was created by a paedophile. Why is that statue still there? Well, it's a known paedophile.
What statue are you on about? Okay, so works of art if it's created by a paedophile, you just burn them down. How old is this statue, by the way? And what's this got to do with Phillip Schofield? He doesn't fucking work at the BBC, you fucking idiot. He works at ITV, you fucking subhuman. This is like another second was a smear, right? Just randomly pick something and link it to Phillip Schofield.
Who made that statue? Like, the thing is, you go Jimmy Savile, you go Epstein, it goes so.
What? It goes Jimmy Savile, goes Epstein. Jimmy Savile was in the UK. He never met Epstein, and it goes to Epstein. So it's like, do you know what it's like though? One person's a mugger, right? And there's this other guy's a terrorist, right? And this one guy's a murderer. They're all linked together somehow. You're just randomly linking people together like a mental case.
Dark, and with these high profile men, they've got so much money. Money's not an object. No, money's not a thing to them. There's no
It sounds like you're jealous, isn't it? Yeah.
meaning to it. So what do? You can go down the satanic route as well, where you can
Oh, satanic. So Philip Schofield, he's doing the satanic route. Yeah.
really look into the dark shit with the drinking blood, the adrenochrome. Like,
Yeah. Philip Schofield's been drinking blood. Where's your evidence, you mental defect?
there's so much shit going on.
You know, people going about satanic stuff, right? They're projecting their own hang-ups and desires onto others, right? You're a sick cunt.
I don't have all the answers to it. I've never seen it. I just hear
Oh, you don't have the answers. You've never seen it, so you're just gonna spread rumors and make up bullshit. Okay.
people talking about it.
Yeah.
You look at
You're really fucking. Look at it. All the comments support him. Yeah. Well, click to watch the link for view interview. Right. Whatever. Let's go on to the next one. This one's a cretin as well. This one's a low life. This is short.
Phillip Schofield has left this morning. I've heard it's because he wants to spend more time with his young boys.
Yeah, see, this smearing him.
He's got daughters.
So he wants to spend. See, he's pedo smearing.
Philip came out as gay in 2020, which is wonderful.
So, passive aggressive sarcasm against gay people.
As we all know, there's nothing more progressive than banging a load of young boys behind your wife's back, especially if they're young enough to be your grandchild.
It doesn't matter, does it? Does it matter? Does it matter? Is he of legal age? Yes or no? Yes? Shut the fuck up. None of your fucking business, cunt face. Right? Now, we're going to talk about people who look like nonces, right? This guy is the stereotype person who looks like a nonce. I'm not saying he's a nonce, right? I wouldn't dare say that. I wouldn't dream of saying that like that, right? But he looks like one, yeah? Because the thick glasses, the geeky looks, right? The stereotype is that he looks like a wrong'un, right? He fits the stereotype. It's ironic, isn't it?
I'm surprised he wasn't sponsored by Bud Light.
Oh yeah, Bud Light. Bud Light supports trans. He's linking Bud Light to paedophiles. So he's linking trans to paedophiles. Yeah, it's a pedo smearing of queer people, basically.
If he was banging 19-year-old girls, he'd be fired and destroyed on social media.
So you're saying that's a good thing? Heterosexual men should have sex with 19-year-old girls. Let's say you're 16 and you're banging a 19-year-old girl, right? You should be destroyed. You should be socially destroyed. So men should be hassled and socially destroyed for having consensual adult relationships that are completely fucking legal. Is that what you're saying? You think that's a good thing? So you think it's happening to straight men's a good thing, but it's bad when it's happening to a gay man? Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You cretin. You absolute fucking cretin. And look, you geeky nonce-looking person, right? I'm not saying you're a nonce. You just look like one, right? You geeky nonce lookalike, right? If you had the ability to get 19, 20, and 8-year-old girls to have a relationship with you and bang them, you'd do it in a fucking heartbeat, you lying cunt. You fucking lowlife.
But since he was shagging young lads, that makes him ITV's answer to Martin Luther King.
No, he's been fired from his fucking presenting job, you twat.
Now he's been fired after a rift with Holly Willoughby, and apparently she's annoyed because he didn't tell her that his brother is a convicted nonce.
A convicted nonce. There's no such thing as convicted nonce. Just say convicted paedophile. Right, you nonce look-alike.
Can you really trust someone who spent the 80s with their hand shoved up a gopher's backside?
Okay, that's Gordon the Gopher. He was a mascot on a children's TV show. Okay. I don't think Phillip Schofield stuck his hand up his... I don't think Phillip Schofield was undoing the puppeteering, so your joke falls apart, it falls flat. Okay, this is not just against... This is a missionary thing. This is against all men, okay? So, men, in this heteroconformative world, the default man denied access to sexuality, especially with women. They're denied access to sexuality. They're cut off from sexuality. They're cut off from intimacy. They're cut off from relationships, right? So you've got to earn the status to get the relationship, right? And you get the status, you get more choices, you get more access to relationships and sex, okay? So the women, what they do is they bypass the men their own age, the younger women, they bypass the men their own age who don't have status, and they go for the men with the status, the older men with the status, right? Okay, no one's pointing a gun at these women's heads to go with 60 or 50 or 40-year-old men when they're in their 20s. They're bypassing the men who are, the young men their own age, desperate to be with them, begging to be with them, they dream of being with them, on the same level as them. They're bypassing of them to go with the older man. So if this dynamic is actually creepy, it's the women who are being creepy, but it's the men. A lot of these men, when they get older, they've been denied intimacy when they're younger, so they get the status. They bribe the girl into their lives, right? That's how it works. Okay. Al Pacino's dad again at 92 with girlfriend, 29, 8 months pregnant. The woman, Al Pacino's an idiot, and the woman's fucking creepy. The woman who did this is creepy, in my opinion, right? Very creepy, because she doesn't give a fuck about the kids she's having. I'm digressing here, right? She doesn't give a fuck about the kids she's having, right? He's not going to be around to raise him, most likely, okay? But she got her hooks into that high status man. It's the women who are the creeps here. It's the women, not the men. Leonardo DiCaprio sparks outrage as fans realise foul facts about his teen girlfriends. So foul facts. The foul facts are not even in quotes. Leonardo DiCaprio. So this is. I don't need to go through this again. So it's Leonardo DiCaprio dating women aged 23, 27. Right. So there's this artificial outrage. They don't apply this to women. Right. Older women, younger men, none gives a fuck. Rightfully so. In my opinion, it's no one's business. But older men, younger women, people give a fuck suddenly. Because it's resentment. They hate the thought of high status men getting access to female sexuality and being happy, and getting intimacy and getting sex and having a good time. It's spite. It's hatred and spite. The women are not jealous because they just hate the men. They want the men to be denied sexuality. And the deselected nonce lookalikes like this guy. I'm not saying he's a nonce. I'm just saying he looks like one.
No wonder
He's a
he's...
dead ringer for a paedophile, but he's not a paedophile. He just looks like one. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he is one. I won't dream of saying it. But he looks like a paedophile. But this pedo-looking idiot, right? Okay, the guy that looks like a paedophile, he's jealous of the high-status men like him, getting to bang the hot, beautiful young women, right? So he looks dodgy. He looks puffy-faced, right? And yeah, he looks like a.
He likes me a woman.
You see, it's the thing.
Phillip Schofield.
So what it is? Okay, I know someone. I know someone in my social circle. It was not. He was in my social circle. He was quickly excluded out of it. He was actually a sex offender, right? And I'm not going to even hint at who this person is, because that people can't track him down, even though he's a complete low life, right? Okay. No one liked him. Okay. He was a sex offender. It was a minor sex offence. He was groping women, and I'm not sure if he was guilty of it or not. Very ugly looking. Looked like he looked worse than this guy, basically, with his goofy. He had weird teeth, right? And he was very bad tempered. He was actually violent to men and women. He would lose his temper with men and women and hit them. He was no one liked him. Very unstable. When he fell out with someone, he would actually spread rumours about them behind their backs and call them paedophiles. And everyone found out about this, right? He was a drug addict as well. No one liked him. He was spreading rumours about some people being paedophiles, right? But he was a convicted sex offender himself. So a lot of these people, right, when they talk about other people, they're obsessing about it. They've either done it themselves or they want to do it themselves. It's one of the two, right? Okay, it's like the homophobes who are secretly gay. They rant on about others being gay and how degenerate it is, but they're gay themselves. Okay, it may sound like I'm being really aggressive here, but I've got absolutely no fucking respect for these lowlives, these cowards, these cowardly pieces of shit. Coward, smug coward, feminist. I don't know if he identifies as a feminist, but he's acting exactly like a feminist. And his smugness, just oozing it. And this guy, this guy oozes subhumanity, right? You know what? I made a video the other day where I went in too strong, and I don't dare upload it. I'm uploading this. Fuck you to all the smearers, right? If someone's having an adult relationship consensual adult legal relationship. It's none of your fucking business what they do. Doesn't matter if they're it doesn't matter if it's a wrinkly 90-year-old guy paying a 19-year-old boy or girl to fuck them up the ass, right? It doesn't matter. It's no one's business but their own, right? Because I've noticed they base this upon how ugly the person is, how disgusting they are. Well, not always, because Phillip Schofield was actually attractive for his age. But they go, oh, he's ugly and creepy and disgusting, this creepy old man doing this young girl. Your feelings on their attractiveness level has nothing to do with anything. It's none of your business. I don't like scat play, right? I don't like scat play. I'm not interested in scat play. I don't go, ooh, people do scat play are disgusting and they're degenerates and they should be put in jail. I don't go, it's not. But people do. That's consensual. It's none of my business, right? And this is actual homophobia, right? And this is misandry, all rolled into one. Over and out.